Need a tablet for under 10,000 pesos? The Philips T7305L might be worth a look. This 10-inch Android tablet is designed for users who want a reliable device for browsing, streaming, video calls, and light productivity without breaking the bank. But is it really worth spending any money on? Let's get into it. The Philips T7305L keeps things straightforward with a polycarbonate rear case that features a subtle metallic gray finish, with the Philips logo dead in the center. Situated at the top right is the lone primary camera with an LED flash below it. The tablet itself is quite lightweight for a tablet weighing only 457 grams or about 1 pound, which makes it comfortable to hold for long periods. Its 8mm profile is reasonably thin, and despite being positioned as a budget tablet, the plastic chassis feels solid enough for everyday use, making it suitable for students and families with the need for a tablet like in the kitchen or something. In front is the front-facing camera, which is embedded in the top bezel of the display. Up top are the power button, volume rocker, and secondary microphone. On the left is a 3.5mm audio jack, hybrid dual SIM card tray, USB Type-C port, and primary mic for calls. And lastly, at the bottom are its stereo speakers. Overall, for design and build, there's no flashy design language here. This clear plastic trim that serves as the housing for the rear cameras seems like a nice effort, but it would have been fine without it too. Apart from that, it just looks like a simple and hopefully practical smart tablet. For display, the tablet features a 10.1-inch WXGA IPS panel that caps to a 60Hz refresh rate and gets a peak brightness of 300 nits, which means it isn't the best for viewing under direct sunlight, but if under some shade, it isn't that bad. While the resolution is modest by today's standards, it isn't totally unusable. Color reproduction is accurate, and the IPS panel delivers very good viewing angles with clarity good enough for browsing, reading, and watching videos. Audio quality from its stereo speakers sound tinny, or with a soundstage that doesn't deliver a lot of presence, lacking in the mids, and pretty much no lows. In higher volumes, clarity improves but invites distortion. It does get Widevine Level 1 certification, so users won't run into issues with video playback on the tablet from any, if not most, video streaming platforms. But with no fancy HDR support, nor a resolution higher than practically HD at a 16:10 aspect ratio, the least I can say is at least it's higher than 480p. All in all, it's a sufficient display for casual or productivity use. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm just too used to OLEDs nowadays. For biometrics, well, there is no fingerprint sensor to be found on this tablet, but there is Face Unlock, which seems to be sort of typical for budget-friendly tablets. It's a little finicky to set up. Users need to make sure they're in good lighting conditions. We experienced the best results when registering a face with a white background behind us. When it works as expected, but when trying to use it in low-light environments, it's a hit or miss. And it's also worth noting that we can't register more than one face, which could make it a hassle if users think of purchasing this as a tablet for sharing. For cameras, it sports an 8-megapixel camera at the rear and a 5-megapixel camera in front. These sensors most likely won't replace your smartphone in terms of image quality, but the 5-megapixel front-facing shooter is good enough for video calls, while the rear camera provides serviceable shots for basic use. Okay, this is a front camera sample with the Philips T7305L. This is to simulate what it would look like if we were using it for a video call. Let me turn on this lamp because it does not do so well with low light. And even with this lamp, it's still just okay. Out of the box, it runs on stock Android 16. There's no bloatware to be found here, and it's quite bare bones in the sense that we can't even pinch the home screen to customize it. Again, this is stock Android in 2025, not to be confused with Pixel UI nor AOSP, which means Google Play support is present along with full compatibility with standard Google services. Android 16 brings improved performance, stability, and better power management. making the tablet easy to use for casual users, students, and anyone who prefers a simple software experience. So, in real-world use, it's very functional. Things run or open as expected, but responsiveness may not feel as snappy for users used to more expensive devices. The Philips T7305L comes in two versions, a Wi-Fi only model and a Wi-Fi plus LTE model like the one we have here. Both configurations feature a Unisoc T606 chipset, which could be the explanation for the lack in responsiveness. It's a pretty well-known entry-level chipset that features an octa-core CPU capable of up to 1.6 GHz clock speeds and a Mali G57MP1 GPU. Both models of the tablet are configured with 4 GB of RAM with up to 8 GB of virtual RAM expansion, and 128 GB of internal storage with expandable storage via the hybrid microSD card slot. In real-world use, the T606 chipset handles everyday tasks well enough, such as web browsing and research, video playback, light multitasking, basic things we basically use a tablet for. It's not designed for intensive gaming or heavy workloads, but for its target audience, the performance is generally smooth and reliable. When we tested Genshin Impact, booting up the app and actually loading our game data took a hot minute. We recommend running it with the default graphics preset, which is lowest at 30 frames per second. Even bumping the frame rate to 60 isn't advisable due to frame rate drops. So in short, it's only good for dailies. For those of you interested in the benchmark numbers, here they are on screen. The tablet packs a 5,000 mAh battery, which can comfortably last a full day of light to moderate usage. Tasks like video streaming and playing heavy mobile games will drain it faster, but overall endurance is reasonable for its class. There is no charging brick in the box, but it did come with a USB-C to A cable. In our PCMark Work 3.0 battery test, it lasted 7 hours and 46 minutes, which pretty much affirms everything we've reported thus far. Connectivity is one of the tablet's stronger suits, especially for the LTE model that we have. The T7305L supports dual SIM functionality, offering 4G LTE with a broad set of global bands, making sure it's usable across multiple regions. It also features dual-band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.2 with LDAC high-resolution audio support, and GPS for reliable navigation. Wrapping this video up, this Philips 10-inch tablet delivers a practical, no-frills experience that focuses on essentials: a 60Hz display, expandable storage, LTE connectivity, and a vanilla Android 16 experience. It's a compelling choice for students, casual users, and families looking for an affordable tablet that handles everyday tasks without issue. Prices start at 8,999 pesos for the Wi-Fi only model and 9,999 pesos for the Wi-Fi plus LTE model that we have here. In our opinion, if you need a good enough tablet for whatever reason and you're someone with some sort of affinity for the Philips brand, then this tablet is worth considering for you. So, what did you guys think of the Philips 10-inch tablet? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you found this video informative, educational, or a little bit fun, be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell icon so you get notified of our future uploads. Be sure to visit yukitech.com and follow us on all our social media platforms, that's Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, Philips 10-inch tablet, T7305L, Miguel T, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.